Sergey Mikhaylovich Brin, the Russian-born businessman and co-founder of Google, is definitely the most successful person, and Brin is the seventh richest person in the world with an estimated net worth of $124 billion. But what really made him the most successful? Do you know anything about it? Well, if you don't, we're to load you with an abundance of information about Sergey Brin and his success journey. Welcome back to our channel. The topic that we'll be discussing today is Sergey Brin. But before we start, subscribe to our channel and don't miss any updates. He and Paige remain in Alphabet as co-founders, controlling shareholders, board members, and employees. About Sergey Brin's early life. Born in Moscow, the Soviet Union, on August 21, 1973, Sergey Brin was born into a middle-class family where he lived in a three-bedroom apartment in the center of Moscow with his parents Mikhail and Eugenia Brin of Russian Jewish descent. Both graduated from Moscow State University, or MSU. Brin's father is a retired professor of mathematics at the University of Maryland, and his mother is a researcher at NASA's Goddard Space Flight Center. However, Sergey didn't get to stay for a long time at his birthplace, as in 1977, one day, all of a sudden, when Brin's father returned from a mathematics conference in Warsaw, Poland, announced that it was time for the family to emigrate. And to get the legal formalities done, the family formally applied for an exit visa in September 1978. But unfortunately, their application got rejected. Well, immigration from one place to another didn't really suit Sergey's mother's mind, as she had to quit her job, and for a legal obvious reason, the family unfortunately faced financial crisis for a straight 8 months and were apparently forced to take temporary jobs while waiting to get their application confirmed by the authorities. Finally, in May 1979, the Brin family obtained official exit visas and were allowed to leave the country. The Brin family immigrated to Paris and lived in Vienna, where Sergey's father obtained a faculty position at the University of Maryland with the help of Anatoly Katok. As a matter of fact, the Brin family seemed very kind and helpful in nature to the Hebrew Immigration Assistance Association, as the association helped them in major ways until they arrived in the United States on October 25, 1979. After shifting to the United States, it was the time when Brin had to start his new schooling. Hence, he went to the elementary school at Paint Branch Montessori School in Adelphi, Maryland. But he received further education at home, as we already know that his father was a professor in the Department of Mathematics at the University of Maryland. So, make it very obvious, the passion for education was running in the family, as Brin's father encouraged Brin to study mathematics and also focused on getting Brin to a good high school and was put in Eleanor Roosevelt High School in Greenbelt, Maryland. In September 1990, Brin studied at the University of Maryland, received a Bachelor of Science degree in Computer Science in 1993, and received an honorary degree in Computer Science and Mathematics at the age of 19. In 1993, he attended at Wolfram Research as a developer of Mathematica. As a result, Sergey Brin received a graduate scholarship from the National Science Foundation and began his graduate studies in computer science at Stanford University. As of 2008, he's studying for a PhD at Stanford University, which is now put on hold. Sergey Brin's personal life. Speaking of Brin's personal life, the co-founder of Google got married in May 2007 to be a biotech analyst and entrepreneur, Anne Wojcicki. Yes, as it's very obvious, Brin wanted a partner who can not only be there for him, but his business too. And this goes without saying that Brin's wife is an intelligent, smart woman. A year later, the couple welcomed their first baby, and in 2011, they welcomed their daughter. However, Brin's personal life was happy and happening until his wife announced their separation and got divorced in 2015. Well, the divorce reason states that Brin had an extramarital affair with Google Glass marketing director Amanda Rosenberg. But Brin did hold on to his first wife, and as soon as he moved on, the Google co-founder decided to give love a chance, as in 2018, he married Nicole Shanahan, the founder of Legal Technology. The two share a daughter born in 2018. Although Brin and Wojcicki are no longer a couple, the two still jointly run the Brinson Foundation. They have so far donated a lot to the Michael J. Fox Foundation, where back in 2009, they donated $1 million to support the Hebrew Immigration Assistance Association, as this is also something personal to Brin and his family. In addition, he's also a donor to Democratic candidates and organizations. He has donated $5,000 to Barack Obama's re-election campaign and $30,800 to the DNC. The secret behind Brin's success. Brin truly dedicates his success to the place that gave him the idea, the passion, and the kick to become what he's now. He has also stated that I was fortunate to be at Stanford, where he was really interested in data mining, which means analyzing large amounts of data, discovering patterns and trends. Brin first hit his small-step success on September 7, 1998, when Google was registered as a limited liability company. Google Inc. and Larry Page became CEO, and Sergey Brin became president. Their first office was a garage rented from Siki, the sister of Sergey Brin's girlfriend, Ann Wojcicki, in Menlo Park, California. Nevertheless, Google processes approximately 10,000 requests per day, and PC Magazine included them in the 1998 list of the 100 best websites and search engines. Soon, Craig Silverstein joined their team as Google's first employee. Meanwhile, the following year, the company moved into a new office in Palo Alto. However, the company did go through many ups and downs as both the people Larry and Brin were smart enough to work the system well and tackle the issues. And since its setup, Google has welcomed a huge number of satisfied users, and the number keeps increasing every single day. Isn't this the biggest achievement? Definitely it is. Concluding, Brin's success story was only possible because of inspiration, dedication, efforts, and desire to be a name. But there would have been some do's and don'ts the partners must have followed to bring Google at the stage and build their name. Of course, you people would be very surprised to know the real facts that made Brin, his partner, and Google the global brand and prosperous. Brin met Larry in graduate school in 1995, and now, 16 years later, Brin and Larry are still co-founders, great partners, successful entrepreneurs, and best friends forever. And the reason behind how these two managed to cooperate very well is just because they're so different. Well, what are the do's and don'ts they followed or motive to be the best? To know it all, stay with us until the end of this video. Greatness comes from impossible. Like Facebook's Mark Zuckerberg, these successful entrepreneurs first founded Google in their dorms, and from there, it certainly took off. By June 2000, Google had collected more than 1 billion URLs, making it the most comprehensive search engine on the internet. This just shows that no matter where you come from, where you start, or where you are right now, you can do great things. And this was the initial motive that got Brin and Larry started and thrived to come at the stage. Brin says it's good to have friends in high places. Brin explains the point that if he didn't have met Page at Stanford University, the innovation of Google would have never happened, and this powerful search engine may not exist. The lesson here is that sometimes you need to rely on your friends to help you solve difficult situations. After all, this is what a friend is about. The important thing is to never use them, keep them close. If one day they need your help, please help them in return. Focus on the big picture. Indeed, Google is one of the fastest growing and technologically diversified companies in the world, all thanks to the people behind it. Brave thinkers, successful entrepreneurs, Brin and Page. Some ideas, such as space travel, are too advanced for our time, but other ideas help change our world. Google is so versatile and so abstract that no one knows where it will go next in terms of ideas and inventions. The idea here is to always think more than you think further, or go home. There are a lot to learn from Brin because he doesn't perform like a normal average human being. The person is just extraordinary who can help others achieve the milestone, a real inspiration, and someone to look up to. This was all about it. Thank you for watching the video.